Hi guys, welcome back. Look how gorgeous her natural nails are. This is amazing. I still can't believe these are her natural nails. Let's move on to remove this design. We're going to use our cone coarse carbide drill bit that comes in your drill case. This is one of the drill bits that comes included in there. I highly encourage you guys to use these. They're amazing. They're ceramic, so it kind of reduces the amount of heat that it gets when it comes down to the natural nail or just in general creating heat. I love this drill bit. As you can see, it removes everything so easily without having the pretty much, any worry that you will cut your client. So we're just removing her design and we're gonna do something so basic, guys. It's something so simple yet so beautiful, elegant, and simple, pretty much. We're removing everything as much as we can, and I am trying to reduce the thickness of the nail by going downward, as you can see. Reason being, I am going to be pretty much adding one solid color on top, and this is going to be a white. So you guys are going to see in a little bit what I mean by that. And I'm removing any lifted areas if there is any, making sure everything is nice and neat for prep. Now prepping my nail using my cuticle pusher, gently pushing back your cuticles, removing any and making space for the acrylic, and moving on with our sanding band. We're using a fine sanding band for this portion. I use our 180 with our mandrel, and I go about like a speed of 6 when it comes down to the natural nail. Just be very careful, and I'm only etching the natural nail. I do sometimes do the whole nail just for personal preference. This is totally up to you. And then go ahead and do that on all the nails. I go from one end to the other, from sidewall to sidewall. Very carefully doing this process. Removing all the dust to have a nice clean surface. And then we are going to go ahead and trim her dead skin cuticle, making sure that looks nice and neat. And obviously, guys, this is sped up, so definitely don't think that I'm this fast because that would be totally dangerous. Take your time with this, guys. This is definitely a process, so make sure you're careful. And sometimes you don't even have to do this. It totally depends. Sometimes your client is scared of this, so you have to use the cuticle bit that comes in our drill as well, or just find other ways to do this because some clients can be terrified of the nippers, so just be careful. And only remove the dead tissue, nothing more, because then that's when it starts to hurt. And then I'm throwing everything in my plastic bag, sealed so it can be clean and pretty much in one place. Going in with a cleanser, I'm brushing downward with my manicure brush, applying some dehydrator to prep my nail for acrylic application. And I'm only applying this on the natural nail, as you can see, only where it's outgrown and where the natural nail is exposed. After I dehydrated, I applied primer. I didn't show it, but I did. And then I'm adding a clear layer of just a protective layer, like you see right there. It's so thin and just personal preference. I like to do this when I'm working with colored acrylic, ombres, and such. And you guys know this by now if you guys are following us for a long time. So I'm literally just applying it very thin. It's super, super thin like you see. And this acts as a protecting layer. If for any reason I were to file all the way down, I won't touch her natural nail. And I'm using our number 16 Kolinsky brush, using a white that we are soon gonna have as well. This is a beautiful, like, not super, super white like our number 2 Snowfall, but this is like an off-white color. And I'm building it, as you can see. I did get a nice bead, so I'm building it to perfection, so that way I can only just file afterwards. And I'm shaping it, as you can tell right there, just to make sure everything is nicely balanced. Adding a little bit more and making sure everything is cleaned up. Guys, when you guys apply your foundation nice and smooth, you guys will have such a great filing time because you won't have to file that much. Once you build it, you will be satisfied with how it feels. Take your time. That's all I say. Take your time. Make sure it's nice and strong, like you can see right there. I'm using the belly of my brush to shape it, and I'm applying a little bit of pressure for this. As you can tell, our acrylic powder is really nice and malleable, so just work with your acrylic, let it self-level, and make sure there's enough so that way you guys can just file afterwards. And I'm always looking at every angle to see if everything is nicely done. Throwing my little paper towel inside the seal bag to prevent odors from lingering around. Now I'm using my 180 grit file, filing sidewalls. And guys, I cannot stress this enough. Shaping makes or breaks your nails, so be very careful when it comes to this. Take your time, and always protect your client by holding onto their nail, and also making sure their skin is not being filed. Like you see, I always take off my glove to the left side just so I can touch and feel the rawness of the nail and not through the glove, if that makes any sense. I always do the sidewalls like you guys saw right now. That's what I focus on. I'm filing under the nail. And then I move on with our carbide drill bit, which is a fine bit. And at a speed of like 15 to 18 is what I go. And just file it off once it's 100% fully dry. Our acrylic powders, guys, you guys have to wait 100% dry. Make sure they're completely dry. Unless you just want to apply a thin coat of clear, then you can just do that and it'll dry faster. But just make sure they're 100% dry before you start filing them, to prevent them from peeling or from the color coming off. And I'm always going around the cuticle. And this is a safety bit, guys. We do have those available on our website as well if you guys want to purchase. And we're going around the cuticle and on the surface. And like I said, you don't really have to do much. It's so smooth already. I wish you guys could touch it. I really do, because I'm not lying. And just a little reminder, all of this is sped up, guys, so don't think I'm going super fast. Take your time with this. And I'm going in with my 180 grit sanding band, and this is just to perfect the surface after I filed with the carbide drill bit. This is personal preference. I can do this as well with your file, and like I said, it's totally up to you. This is obviously faster, so I do this before I file the free edge. Now going in with my file, I'm going to buff first of all, before I go in with a file, I'm going to buff the surface, so that way when it just comes down to them washing their hands or cleansing, we just have to add the top coat, and this softens all the lines that the drill has left. And guys, when you guys do this process, make sure you hold her finger nicely. You can do it this way like I just showed you right now, or the other way around. I prefer this way. It comes out so nice. Total preference. I always look at the other way just to make sure that they're nicely shaped and straight, and I always measure them as well. And make sure you're holding their hand, like I said, your finger on their nail bed, and then the index behind their nail. Now we're going to go ahead and cleanse them after buffing them. Now we're cleansing with a cleanser, guys. You can be anything, either wash their hands or alcohol, whatever works for you. We are going to be adding a beautiful glitter top coat that we have available in our store, guys. It's a 2-in-1 glitter top coat. This color is amazing. There's no color to it, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful finishing touch. And this is going to be cured for 1 minute in the LED lamp. And this is it just gave the perfect touch. As you guys can see, it's like an iridescent glitter. It makes everything so much prettier. And you guys are going to see in a little bit what I'm talking about. And you guys could get this on our website, artistrynails.net. And we're curing in our LED lamp, guys. You have two choices of pink or black if you want to try it out. Now we're going to go ahead and oil up those cuticles. And look how beautiful her nails turned out. They're so nice and can't believe that they're her natural nails. But see how simple and subtle that glitter is? Guys, it's so pretty. You guys have to get your hands on this. Look how gorgeous they are. There's a better picture. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, guys. I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye. Hey guys, I'm Myra Vargas, owner of Artistry Nails. We just launched our online nail course in English and Spanish. If you haven't checked this out, check it out on our link in our bio. If you are interested in that as well, or just learning short-term content, go on our YouTube channel for nail tutorials. We post weekly and daily on social media.